Hey everybody, and welcome back. So today I am going to jump on here and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to start planning on my traveler's passport planner. So this is a travel planner that fits the iPhone. I currently have the Max, I think 13, and it fits it perfectly. And so it was going to fit a lot of your iPhone screen because it's a tall, skinny version planner. And as you can see, it's still pretty big on the iPad Pro. So if you want to use it on the iPad Pro, I think that's totally doable. And I really like the idea of actually planning on my Pro or my iPad or a Mac, and then just being able to use it on the go on my phone. So that is what I'm going to show you guys a little bit today. Okay, so to get started, anytime that I am about to go on a trip, the first thing I do is check YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. So I go through all of the videos that I can find, anything that's of use to us that we may be interested in seeing. I screenshot it, I jot it down, I copy over the picture, I save the picture to my camera roll, all that kind of stuff. And then I need a place to put it so I can keep everything organized. I need to be able to create a budget and kind of plan out our days so we're not just there wasting our time. We definitely have high days where we do a lot of hiking and a lot of activities, and then we have low days. Sometimes we just do one major thing a day and then rest for the rest of the day. So it's kind of a good mixture, but anytime we are traveling to a new location, we definitely want to explore while we're there. The first thing that I do is always type in the location and start a Pinterest board. I just type in waterfalls, things to do around Portland, must-see things, local favorites, all of that sort of thing. And then I'll also go to Instagram and I'll hashtag Portland, Oregon, and I'll see if anybody took some amazing photos. And if they did, I'll find out where those photos were at. That is actually how I found an ice cave in Alaska while we were there. If I had not researched it on Instagram, we would have never known that an ice cave was just a few miles from us that we could hike to. So highly recommend checking YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest before you go on your vacation. So as you can see here, I will randomly save pictures. A lot of times I try to save them with some information above so I know exactly the location or where I found it. Lover's Passport is somebody that I absolutely love to follow on Instagram. They have some amazing photography and just travel tips and stuff. And so I was so excited because we had just planned on going to Oregon, and we had looked up to see if they'd gone to Oregon and to see what their tips were, and they hadn't gone there yet. And we was like, oh man, you know, that's too bad because we love checking their stuff first. And then literally like the weekend, I went on their page to check and they were in Oregon. So I was super excited because we are actually going to go to Bend. We're going to go to Portland first, but then we're going to go to Bend, and that's where they were. So I literally just screenshot several of her stories, and she put like where it was at, you know, really good ice cream, you know, or whatever. So shout out to Lover's Passport. They are awesome. They give you tons of really, really good tips. And I'm going to use some of their pictures in my planner too to kind of plan out what we will be doing while we're in Bend. I will actually add these to a separate album. So I'm going to add an album and I'm going to name it Oregon and save it. And then whenever I go into that album, I know that my planner has perfectly sized Instax squares. Any picture that I'm going to put directly into my planner, I am going to make it a square. So I'm going to hit edit, and then I'm going to hit crop over here to the left hand side, and then up here at the top they allow you to choose sizes, and then down here at the bottom, which you probably can't see, you can choose square. So that's what I want to choose, and that's going to pick a part of the image. Now we can change it if we want, or we can just leave it. It looks like they picked the best part of the image, so I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to hit done up here in the right hand corner, and this page is going to, or this picture is going to be perfectly sized to just throw into my planner. So here's another one. I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to do the same thing, hit square, and save the best part of the photo and hit done. And I am going to click on attractions, and I'm wanting to add these to this page. Now you can add them to the places to explore. You could add these to places to explore and like just literally just add them in however you want. Like these are some Instagram pictures that you can take. Here's a very famous waterfall, and then you could get out your typewriter and you could type in Instagram photo spot or whatever you want to put. You can change the writing if you want. We're going to put it here, and then we could just draw an arrow. Then we can just draw an arrow of what it is, and then you could even highlight it if you want, and so on. And then that is going to sync to your phone, and you're going to have that. If you want a little bit more structured way to where you can actually name it and put information about the location, you're going to use this one. Another great way you can do this on the iPad is if you grab your photos and put them up on the side over here. So if I want this picture that I made smaller, I can drag that one in. And then this one, I'm going to drag in. And then this one, I did not change the size yet. So we're going to go down here and we're going to change it to a square about right there. And then we're going to hit done. Okay. And then we're just going to drag that one in. Okay, once you've done all of this, if you've got any information written down about these places, you can go ahead and add in all of your information there. I did not have this planner even thought about this planner yet whenever we started gathering information about these places. So I actually have a spot that I just very roughly put. I know that these are going to be in bins, so they're going to be a little bit later in the trip, so I'm going to put those down here. But I know that there's a spot that I put in my planner that I very roughly drafted out what things that we want to do, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. I had already started jotting things down in my planner, and you guys are going to laugh at me because I usually plan all this stuff out really good, but my husband was ready to do it, and I didn't have a page planned for it yet, and he was ready to start getting all this stuff down on one page. So I literally picked an empty page on my planner and started throwing the stuff in there. And I thought, I can just organize this later. He's ready to do this now. Let's go ahead and get kind of a rough itinerary planned. I didn't have this planner yet, and so I was like, okay, let's just do this. Well, then I forgot even what page I put it on. So if you did not know, you can search in GoodNotes. So I'm in the planner that I was in, at least I know that much. And then I hit the search icon up here in the top left-hand corner, and it drops down a search bar, and I'm just going to type in waterfall because Oregon is known for waterfalls, and I typed in waterfall a lot on this page, so I know that word's on there. And as you can see, it came up here, the same page, it came up waterfall twice. So I'm going to click on this, and this was our very rough draft of what we were planning on doing. So what I'm going to do is open this in a new window here. And then I'm going to kind of plan off of this page. So I'm just going to be dragging some of these pictures over there, making them the right size, putting in the information, and then we'll get to the rest of the planner here in a minute. Okay, so here I am just going to be adding in some more of these pictures. I am adjusting them just within GoodNotes by hitting the crop after you click on the image tool. These I did not adjust in the Photos app, so I'm just adjusting them quickly. Okay, I filled up that page, so I'm just going to go to that page. It's highlighted in blue, and add page after current template. And then I've got another whole new page to add in the rest of my stuff. Some stuff that's just not as pretty too, I can totally put on this page. So like I wanted to add some of the places that they said to eat, and it pretty much has the information on the photo, which I may go ahead and type out the information too. But I could totally just throw these on this page here, so I know the food spots that they recommended. Okay, so next on the list is getting out my keyboard and actually typing in underneath all of these photos any fees, what the name of the fall or the activity is, and any other information like how many miles of a walk it is and that sort of thing. I can always rearrange these later in the order that we will do them, but I also have my itinerary page to kind of keep me on track and figure out what we're doing on which day. I have some really cute stickers that's coming out that will involve this page as well, but those are not out quite yet, so you'll see those in upcoming videos. Okay, so now we're on the itinerary page, and I'm just going to type out roughly the overview of what that day is going to look like. And then once I have it kind of the size that I want, I'm going to use the lasso tool and copy and paste it on all of these, and then retype out exactly what our plan is for that day. Okay, I do not have all of my reservation information yet, so I'm going to leave that page blank, but that's pretty self-explanatory, as is the packing list. But here I'm showing how you can adjust the text to fit into these lines perfectly. Sometimes GoodNotes does it perfect, and they will line up if you highlighted them all at one time. As you can see here, it did really, really good until body wash, and then it needed to be adjusted again, and then it did really good until deodorant, and it needed to be, or bobby pins, I guess, and it needed to be adjusted again. So it's still super easy just to highlight the ones that you need to adjust. The way that I'm adjusting that is hitting the text icon and then hitting the left justified icon at the top, and then there is a toggle bar at the bottom that you can adjust to make your words fit on the lines perfectly. Here I'm just filling in the checklist for the adventure and adding in the main picture that I want, and then adding in the title of the place where we're going, or I guess the destination name is what I should say. And then marking that we are flying to this adventure. Next up is bucket list. I filled in the same way. I didn't show you the process because literally everything's the same exact way. And then here is one of the fun pages where you can fill in the places that you have been. And this is where we live in Missouri, so I filled that in first just to show you what that would look like. Now on to the fun part. We get to see exactly what this looks like on the phone. So this is what I'm going to have with me in my pocket everywhere we go on our trip. I can hit our itinerary, and then I can go back to our attractions and mark these off as we go. Really easy to find all of these locations and all of the information in one easy place. And then I also have the overview, and we can mark off things on the phone. And then our packing list I can also do on my phone easily by using these circles or by using the pen and a check mark. And then I will go back in and fill in our budget pages later once we have some good estimates of what everything is going to cost. So this is a look at the Travel Passport Planner. I hope you guys absolutely love it. You can find it linked down below, and thanks for watching.